Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
What's up guys, I'm Andy from 1A Auto. Today I'm going to show you how to remove and reinstall a parking brake lever assembly in this 2007 Mini Cooper S. If there's any parts you need for your vehicle, click the link in the description and head over to 1aauto.com. So I'm going to shift this into reverse so that I can grab under here with my fingers, pull up a little bit, and grab my trim tool. Go in here, try to pop this out. There we go. Pop this part out. Now I can pull it out of reverse. Now I'm going to use two hands and pull up. With a lot of effort, and the whole thing will come up. I'm going to take these two Torx screws out in the front. They're in the cup holder. I'm going to use a T25 driver. Now we'll take that one out. In the back, there's another Torx screw. We'll use the same T25 driver. Remove that screw. Now we'll grab this rear cup holder, pull that straight up. Alright, I'm going to use my trim tool. Just going to go along this parking brake shifter, parking brake handle. I'm just going to push in the back, pop this out of the way. And I'm going to grab the back of this center console and just pull up, just like that. Clips in. We can maneuver this out of the way. So I'll slide this down here. Pull up on the handle. We'll disconnect this connector right here. Just take a screwdriver, push down on the lock there, and then when that's released, go to the other side, push down on this lock, and pull that connector out. And then we'll disconnect this connector right there. Pull that out. Pull the center console out. We're going to take these 4 nuts out, right here, here, these back 2. I'll use a 10mm socket, an extension, and a ratchet. We'll move on to the next one. And these back 2. I can just pull up on this bracket. There is a wire connector over right here. Just gonna take a screwdriver and push this through. Just like that. And we can pull this off. and over the shifter, over the parking brake handle. There we go. It's like a puzzle. There we go. And I left the nuts right in there. I can set it aside with the nuts in there. Back here, underneath this carpet, is where the parking brake cables enter the vehicle, where they come in from outside into the body, right there. Back here, where this balance bar is, where these cables come into the vehicle, this passenger side is frozen, so that's why this side is longer. I could remove them from this balance bar right now, but I'm actually going to remove the parking brake handle first, just to make it easier. I'm going to disconnect the wire that goes to it. You just push this little lever here and pull this wire out. Just set that aside. And then I'm going to use a 13mm socket, an extension, and a ratchet. And we'll take these 3 nuts out. This will just make it easier when doing this job. After you get that last nut off, we can lift this handle, move it back. We have plenty of slack. Makes it nice and easy to remove these. Remove that one. And we'll pull this cable through, pull that ball out. We can slide this out of the way. Now we're going to install this handle. We'll just slide this through here. Line this bracket up with the ball and the cable. It's a little bit difficult to show on camera, but I'm going to slide this ball in that hole and then slip it in like that, so that one's in. And I can grab the other one, slide the other one in, just like that. So now those are secure in that bracket. So now I need to get this bracket to line up with these studs. It's a little bit tight. So what we're going to do is we can loosen up this nut. That's the adjuster nut for the e-brake, for the parking brake cables. So I'll use a 10mm socket and a ratchet. I'm just going to loosen this up. Give it a couple turns. Let's see if it lines up. We'll give it a little more. We're loosening this up because the cables are new. They're not stretched out like the old ones. And there's too much tension on the cables right this second. Got that one. Got those on good. Now we can take these 3 nuts and put these back on all the studs. I'll take a 13mm socket, an extension, and a ratchet. I'll tighten these down. Snug those up. So we just checked to see the operation of the handle, the lever, it's working. There is a lot of looseness right here, so we're just gonna tighten it up a little bit, take up some of that slack. What we can do is we could actually lift this handle up a little bit, and we can access that nut. I'll just use an extension, my 10mm, and the ratchet. Just tighten this a couple more turns. Still a little bit loose, so tighten it a little more. That's pretty good right there. You don't want it too tight, you don't want to be dragging the rear brakes, but you do want it to be a little bit snug. So that looks good there. Now we're going to install this bracket, slide this boot. This is going to go through here, just like that. And it's going to line up with these studs. I'll take these nuts, get these nuts started. I'll take a 10mm socket, extension, and a ratchet, and I'll snug these down. Make sure those are snug. We're going to take this wire. This goes to the parking brake lever switch. This is going to, it's a retainer. Gets pushed down right here, like that. And to install the wire, I'm just going to take a straight blade screwdriver and push back on this clip, and then put the wire in the hole, and then let go of the clip. It's going to make that connection. And that's all set. Alright, we're going to reinstall this center console. I'm going to shift the shifter back into like second, and then slide the parking brake up. This will slide over here. Get the seat belt buckle out of the way. And just slide this down like that. There's some connectors under here. All right, we're gonna connect these down here. There's the 12-volt socket. It's gonna go right there. Connect to that. And then this one is gonna connect to the other switches right there. Slide the shifter. You might have to maneuver this shifter around to get it to work. And with the parking brake up, you can slide this boot through the middle. Oops. Make sure the seatbelt buckle, you get that on the outside. Slide that through like that. Same with this seatbelt buckle. Get that in position. And there'll be some push retainers right here. Lock them in place. Take this cup holder, reinstall that in the back. That'll line up with the hole in there, and take the Torx screw, get that started. I'll use my T25 Torx Driver to tighten it down. Just snug it up. These two front ones, take the same Torx screws. that one started, and then I'll get this one started. Snug that one down, and then snug this one down. Now we're going to reposition this boot. There's this little tab right here. I'm going to slide that in forward first. And that's in there. And I'm just going to press it down in the back, lock it in on the side, lock it in on that side. We'll take the shifter knob and the boot, slide the boot over. Make sure you have the shifter numbers in the right direction. And I will use some force and push this down. Make sure it locks in place. Then we'll lock this trim down. Just line it up. And lock it down in place. Yep, it's on there good.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.